the worst case transfer portal scenario for one individual player happened to the Wisconsin Badgers. That's where we are today. And that player is Xavier Lucas. I would make an argument that there's no one else on the entire roster, I'm not sure if it's even super close, that would have been a bigger loss to the portal today. For anyone who doesn't know, Xavier Lucas, out of South Florida, four-star kid, was widely considered Wisconsin's best recruit in the last cycle. The most unlikely recruit. I know Brian Smith, who sometimes Locked On has on, does a lot of Florida SEC recruiting stuff, was shocked that the Badgers pried him away from the Sunshine State, from programs like Miami, Florida State, Florida. And by all accounts, he was good. He was really good. He definitely had moments of greatness in 2024 for the Badgers. Wasn't perfect, but as a true freshman jumping into that slate and performing like he did, it hinted at a massive upside. And certainly he was penciled in as a starting cornerback opposite Rico Hallman for 2025. So I want to just at the outset, and this is coming on the heels of my last podcast, was, hey, portals happen. This isn't going to change from that, but I do think this one deserves a little bit of special attention. This was a massive blow to the Wisconsin Badgers. It just is what it is. Now, let's talk about the specifics of it. And some of the pain is still drying on this, so forgive me if I'm not 100% accurate on this, but what it appears to be is another school, in this case likely the University of Miami, has offered a just astonishing NIL package for this player that Wisconsin was unable to match. At least that's the narrative that is going right now. It sounds like cope, but it seems reasonably likely that that is accurate. Miami was the school that recently offered John Mateer $10 million for 2 years to transfer from Washington State. They have the money. I'm not sure if it's, drug money or what's going on. Nevin Shapiro's back in the game. I don't know what's going on there, but let's just say the Canes have a lot more money than Wisconsin does. So let's go with that premise and examine this. You're Xavier Lucas. You have incredible upside. You like Madison. You had a good experience in Madison. You're going to be one of their guys, one of their standard bearers. Your hometown school, basically, the U, who just missed out the college football playoffs this year, unquestionably at this point is a more successful program than Wisconsin entering the 2025 season. I don't think it's debatable. They throw the bag at you. Let's just pick a number out of the air, $1 million for someone who's not ever started before to get you. Wisconsin, hypothetically, that's all it is right now, can't match that, maybe can't even come close. I'm saying I don't know that to be a fact, but if this hypothetical, I'm presuming that. So you get a gigantic bag of money, get to go to a better team, at least right now, at or near your hometown, the team you grew up loving. We're going to give Xavier Lucas a hard time for this. I'm just trying to, I would have loved his Badger loyalty in the 9 months he's been there to have trumped all of that stuff. That would have been fantastic. But in the 2024 NIL era, it's not difficult to see why he accepted that. Okay. This isn't probably a $50,000 difference. I don't know what the difference ended up being, but suffice to say, getting more money to go to your hometown school to play for a better team. And I love the Wisconsin Badgers, but that is an incredibly difficult offer to counter. So go get your Xavier. Would have loved to have you be a Wisconsin Badger. It's a huge blow, but I get it. So if you have frustration with this, okay, channel that frustration at the NIL program that couldn't match that and make them want to stay. Again, this is not college kids getting a degree at Wisconsin. They're a better school than Miami. It's a tremendous amount of money. Who knows? That guy could blow his knee out in 2 months, never play football again meaningfully. But he's got a big, gigantic amount of NIL money, more than people jumping on message boards and criticizing him for doing this probably make in 5 to 10 years, maybe more than they make in 20 years. And they have the gall to get and criticize this move for this guy who's making his, doing what's right for him. I just don't understand it. So if you're gonna be angry at anyone, be angry at the system that is causing this bullshit. Okay? Ooh, I edited myself. By the way, if you're listening to this, please subscribe to this. Please like this. I don't get a dime for any of this, but it's good to have this, so I'm not placed over some Miami Hurricanes video from 1987 where they beat Coastal Carolina. I just don't want to give those Gary Alvarez a hand here. But anyway, the anger should be, to the extent there is any anger deserved here, why can't Wisconsin compete on the NIL level with Miami and many, many other schools? Let's be honest here. I don't envy Luke Fickell 1 second. That's one of the last jobs I'd want. Kind of like President of the United States. I feel like, no thanks, I'm good. This guy's supposed to be, recruiting and coaching a team and improving things, and he's got to worry about dollars and cents every second of every day. Yes, I understand the portal closes in a week or so, but what a terrible, you want to be a coach like Jeff Hafley. I get why he's the Packers DC right now. I get it. Being a head coach in the NIL era for a non-marquee school when you don't have Phil Knight backing you like Oregon does, or Scarface backing you like Miami does, it would be horrible. One of the last things I'd want to do. Barry Alvarez, which is kind of me, would have hated this. Nick Saban hated it. Good coaches hate this because you're not a coach anymore. You're a CEO. Not even a CEO, you're like a CEO bagman. So if you have anger for it, have anger for the system. Arguably have some anger for potential Wisconsin NIL donors, big companies that haven't ponied up. I get it. That's not unreasonable, but because we're not operating on the same level that the U is. But don't be angry at Xavier Lucas. Good for him. Sucks. Hate to lose him. But this isn't a Xavier Lucas problem. This is an NIL era problem. And Wisconsin has a lot of work to do. Scary Alvarez out.